I don't know what's going on right now, but it looks like these tariffs are really now starting to tear the economy apart. I talked about this before, but this is something that a lot of us are starting to feel now. And even though gas might be going down, like I noticed gas went down, but what the hell with that? At the end of the day, gas don't went down, but at the same time, groceries went down just a tad bit, but the mortgages and everything are still going up. People are still getting hit with the restructure of taxes on their homes. I don't know if any of you went through that. I went through that. I know a lot of people already went through that. I'm in Jersey, and I got relatives that's in Maryland. They went through that. See, a lot of people are starting to face foreclosures now. The tariffs are really hurting a lot of people. And what they doing is, with the tariffs and everything, they cutting costs in a lot of areas. Don't have anything to do with tariffs, but these are the reasons. And the reasons are because they're cutting costs because the tariffs are so high. They're cutting costs in other areas. They already just announced that they're actually stopping on the homes of the loans that got restructured. They're not allowing people to restructure their loans. No longer, after I think a year or two. You're going to have to look into it. But they were just talking about that they're now going to pass a rule that you cannot restructure your loan after 2 years or something like that. They were just talking about it. So I think a lot of people today are going to really have to start to look at their finances and see where they at. Because wherever you at, you're going to have to start to move forward from wherever position you're at. Nobody is going to bail you out today. We're seeing that now. I don't know what's going to happen further down the line, but I'm not going to say who's to blame. No one, even in the past administration, has saved us. So we're not going to be saved now. You already know the school loans are already back in effect starting next month. And we don't know how that's going to take. We don't know how that's going to transpire. Well, that's going to put people into a certain predicament. But we already know that people are already struggling now. You already see cars not selling. The cars not selling is one direction we know that it's heading into a bad direction. Anytime people are not rewarding themselves for vehicles, you already know it's not no money that's just being thrown around. That's only through the rich. No matter how you look at it, it's the rich living it up right now. But at the end of the day, the middle class is just shrinking bad. And if you think I'm lying, you look at, like, if you're in a certain position right now, if you're making a whole lot of money right now, you might not see it if you're not around certain areas. But if you are in the middle class, you're feeling it, definitely feeling it. And one way I know that we feeling it, I have my next door neighbor. It's crazy because I have talked to my next door neighbor. This is about 2 weeks ago. And she happened to tell me that she moving. And so when she said she was moving, I thought she was like talking about like she was about to move. But when she told me she was moving, she was literally moving. She had to move out of her house soon. Kind of found out she ended up selling because the price was just too high. Like the overly inflated prices when it comes to fixing up and whatnot. Like I'm young, not young, but I'm young enough where I'm still able to climb the ladder. I'm still able to renovate. I'm still able to do things. Mind you, not only that, I ended up getting hurt months ago that put me out of work. And what's crazy is she ended up falling off of a ladder that she told me. And I ain't see her for a while. But you know, with your daily day living, anybody that's living, that's working on the daily, normally don't see their neighbors that much because they're working, they're busy. And that's how I was busy. But I didn't notice that she was hurt because I didn't see her because I'm working. And when I talked to her, she told me she had hurt her, you know what I mean? I don't know what she said she hurt, but she was down for a minute. And the thing is, she's an older lady, really nice lady, really nice. But she fractured something. And it caused her to have to stop and doing everything, where so she had to come out of pocket and pay to do everything. And it was to the point where as though it was just over her head. And she ended up selling her property. And what's crazy is, since we're in a crazy market, she was able to sell it for a price was though she was able to go wherever she went. I know where she went, but I'm not gonna say. And she let me know that she was able to make out off of that sale. But it made me actually realize just how much people are in debt, or they really struggling when it comes to fixing up. You know, and I know what it's like to renovate because I do it I do it myself. I know how to renovate. But having contractors, they will run through your money. That's another story. I'll definitely talk about that in a later story about contractors. I'm not saying they bad people, but for a person that knows how to renovate and they did his own property and they fired every contractor I've ever had, they start off good, but man, and next thing you know, you see your money just leaving, and then you realize, yo, you got to get rid of them because they just running through your money. They milking you dry. This is the world we live in today. Everything is overly high, just extra, like it's just expensive. With medical, don't get me started with that. This is one of the reasons why when a dude, I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying when a guy got unlived by the dude, Luigi, everybody promoted him. Like they held him high. Even now, they put him on a high pedestal because so many people are going through it today. They don't even care no more about what somebody's going through, especially when they successful. I'm not going to say successful. When they super rich and they making money off the backs of people's struggle. When you looking at people making money off the back of people, like off of people's struggle, like for one of the main things that I noticed that a lot of people are starting to turn on people like people that like putting out seminars. And they having people thinking they can get rich. And you notice people jump on board because these people are so successful. They like, yo, I can do the same thing. But what they doing is they selling a success that's, I'm not going to say it's fake, but a lot of times it is fake. It's fabricated. Whereas though they might have made a little money in a certain area. But then what they do is they start selling seminars that have you thinking that, oh, wait a minute, they became successful, real rich, like super rich. And come and find out they didn't become super rich off of you. Not off of you. Off of the things that they were talking about. They literally became rich off of the stuff that they were selling. Seminars. I used to be one of the ones that used to go to these seminars. And when you go to them, you are really like amped up thinking you're going to make money. And then you'll notice these seminars go on for at least 3 days. And I got caught up in one. My mom signed me up for one that was about real estate. Now, luckily, I had real estate and still got it. But this is what happened on the third day I woke up. I was going to a seminar and it was about real estate. Do you know, on the second day, I'm like, oh man, I could do this. Because I'm like, yo, what they talking? I know what they talking about because I have it. Some people don't understand what they was talking about in the real estate seminar because they don't have real estate. Certain things you start to understand if you have it. That's why they always say it's good to talk to people that already been there and did it. You know, that way they can understand and be able to relate to it. Well, on the third day, that's when it dawned on me. This is a scam. They started talking about, well, we talked for the first 2 days, and y'all understand what I was talking about. This is what the man was saying. He said, and I want to bring somebody up. He said, well, y'all energized on making your next real estate purchase, and everybody was amped up. This is where I realized, oh, man, I see what they was doing. Then next thing you know, they brought another person up. It amped everybody up. It was like 2 to 3 people. Do you know, in the midst of that, they said, this is what you're going to do. They said, if you are definitely serious about this, you do not have a problem. I'm telling you right now, I did it. That's what they said. I did it. We all did it. We have to invest in ourselves. In order to invest in yourselves, you're going to use your credit card. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to look at your credit card. You're going to say to yourself, I am going to invest in myself. You already know where I'm going with this, right? Exactly. Man, when they started talking like that, I sat back and I said, I'll be damned. Yo, I sit here all this time. These 2 days, a waste of time. And I knew it was a waste of time because there's no way in the world you can invest in yourself using your credit card for real estate. I'm telling you, there's no way. And for somebody to take your credit card and say they're going to work with you, how? This is why so many people are in the struggle today. It's the gift of the gab. When you able to will people in and make them think that they're going to make money, it's the easiest way to get people money. And a lot of people today are starting to wake up. And this is why you're starting to see a lot of people turn. And they're losing their minds. Not only losing their mind, they're doing things that they should not be doing. Because it feels like it's not a way out. And you're seeing so many people lose their homes. You're seeing people so underwater when it comes to their mortgages and in debt and school loans. It feel like you're just drowning. And a lot of times when you're looking towards people for information, you're looking for a way out. I'd be lying to you if I be like, yo, just get another job and you're just going to pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that. You always hear the same status quo. Well, I'm here to tell you, I can't really give you advice to say how you're going to get out, because if you're already swimming in debt and you have a family, we in an economy now where it's though we don't quite know how to kind of dig ourselves out. You don't even have jobs at a point where it's though you're able to understand how you're going to be able to get yourself out of debt. You still got to be able to feed yourself. So you definitely have to pick and choose. But the part about picking and choosing is government's starting to switch the rules up to the point I think they're wanting people to actually get to a point where as though they want people to clash against each other. This might be why there's so much violence right now. Like you see it. You can't unsee it. You definitely can't unsee it. Anybody that's watching in California, they're reporting crimes at a lower rate. But in actuality, it's high. But what they're doing is not reporting it. And the reason why they're not reporting it is because if you look up these places, if you want to go there, you're looking it up as, oh, man, it's a good place to go to. They're not reporting it. But anybody with common sense that's from certain areas and they know what's going on around in the world, and they know, and they're not under a rock, you know that crime is very rampant right now. I have two people that I know already in the last month they had their cars taken. One taken from a Wawa, the other one was taken from a person's relative house that they visited. And what's crazy is not only that, but even insurance companies, you getting in car accidents today, and they're trying to total people's car out. Like they're literally totaling people's car, knowing damn well your car should not be totaled, especially if it's paid off. Insurance companies are playing some ugly games right now. Nobody is playing fair, whereas though they have to come out of pocket and compensate you for anything. They're not trying to fix anything that's overly priced, especially anything that's paid off. Like, you're seeing a lot of things that's happening right now. Anyone knows they had their car paid off that look at their vehicle and they're like, wait a minute, how y'all totaling this out? This should get fixed. This what's happening. I'm going to just say this, man. Best of luck to you. Whatever you're doing right now, hopefully you can find your way through. If you can, do it. But I'm going to say right now, we have to actually put on our hustle mentality right now. Don't talk about your plans to no one. Just do it. All right? Good luck.